Всем доброго времени суток, вы на канале Desire Loot, и мы продолжаем играть в Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. А я хотел вас сразу попросить поставить лайк, оставить комментарий и подписаться на канал. Ссылочки, как всегда, в описании. В частности, подписывайтесь на мой телеграм-канал. Там я выкладываю анонсы стримов на твиче и рецензии на различные просмотренные анимешки. Ну, а для зрителей ютуба сообщаю, что у меня есть каналы на рутубе и ВК-видео в ВК-сообществе. Собственно, подписывайтесь, а мы продолжим. Но сначала я хотел вас попросить прощения, что ввожу статистику в этом углу, ну, в левом верхнем. Мне нужно посмотреть, возможно, я смогу изменить настройки графики таким образом, чтобы поднять FPS. Теперь раскладка клавиатуры верная. И пришло время научиться готовить алхимические зелья. Заглянуть в книгу. Настой ромашки. Сон быстрее лечит тебя при хорошем качестве. Во время сна быстрее восстанавливается запас энергии. Возьми вино, 2 горсти ромашки и горсть шалфея. Положишь в котелок ромашку и кипяти 1 оборот. Измельчи шалфей и добавь в котелок. В конце слей. Так. Один оборот кипятить ромашку, и нужно шалфей изменить. Окей. Давайте тогда сначала возьмем шалфей. В верную базу залить вино. Вино, да? Вино же. Я не ошибаюсь? Возьми вино, да. 2 горсти ромашки и шалфей. Вино. Слегка уже подзабылось, как я играл в первой части.
Wine, of course, like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Переставить котелок, окей.
Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling! To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up. Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked.
Так.
Put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
Ромашка и шалфей. Подтвердить.
All right. Let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
Ромашка, а это, судя по всему, шалфей. Окей. 2 горсти ромашки. Есть.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass, so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again. Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames.
Есть.
All right. Now, take
Шалфей.
one handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
Погнали молоть.
Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in.
Погнали.
Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
Отвар ромашки. Количество 2, цена
That chamomile needed
25.
a lower flame.
Чего? Я что-то проебал?
Here it is.
Ooh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
Так. Я смотрю, в целом по загрузке, да, видяха на 99% загружена. Опа. Шнапс, это сохранение. Но это ожидаемо. Игра автоматически сохраняется в важные моменты. Или когда вы выходите из игры, используя опцию «Сохранить и выйти».
There's not much more I can do now. It's up to you and the Almighty. The fever should start to cool now.
Короче, она его сейчас напоит. Давайте пойдем посмотрим, может, еще можем что-то сделать. Почему бы, собственно, и нет. У нас есть календула, крапива, окопник, ромашка и шалфей. Окей. Дальше. Назад, вперед мы не можем. Ясно. Тогда, собственно, окей, пойдем. У нас других рецептов нет. Можно и отдохнуть, действительно. Что это за... это удобство, скорее всего, кровати.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine, and I plan to take everything.
Rotten hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
Strong the dog, fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
Как же он сильно переживает насчет этого меча.
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Так, там девчонка пришла. Это та, которую мы спасли от разбойника?
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Да нет, вроде не похоже. Индра не особо удивлен.
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Oh, Hans. He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
Да, отцовский меч, он за него цепляется, пиздец как.
The last thing Pa forged before they murdered him. It might sound strange, but I feel his soul won't find peace until that sword is back in our family.
It doesn't sound strange at all, and swords are a symbol of kings. It could mean power and responsibility, or war and ruin. After all, a sword has two edges, and it depends who's wielding it.
Thanks, Pavlena. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
Какая мудрая женщина.
So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Так. А чё, мы завтракать на улице будем? Найс.
Are you blind?
Блин, ну извините.
Henry, come and join us.
Куда мне сесть? Окей.
Good morning, Henry. You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to
И
see
не менее
you too.
прекрасных дам.
I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking. Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first two times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Давайте расскажем.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for, but I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily, I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things, but I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Troski as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Bojena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
But I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bojena.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew, With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlena. This'll come in handy.
Отлично.
No doubt.
Это
But we better
полезно.
get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts.
Так,
And you have rightfully earned the
мы
gratitude of
не
the House of
покушали.
Lifer for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
Давайте-ка покушаем. Свинина, кстати. Надо бы свинину приготовить.
Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got held up in Troskovitz.
У нас же свинина лежит, точно. Поесть из котелка, сука. Ладно, давайте поедим. Что у нас там по статусам? Сытость 88. Еще разок. Сытость 103. Отлично. Так. Давайте кабанину выкинем. Она потому что считается украденной. Типа это собственность местного этого князя, короля. Кто там, блин? Да, поворотец, конечно, неожиданный. Надеюсь, никто не заметит.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Troski Castle right away.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Troski, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Пёселя надо вернуть.
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Troski, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
You don't believe me?
It's not that I don't believe you, it just doesn't make any sense that he'd be here.
No, I'm not. I'd never mistake him for anyone else.
Of course.
Да, ёб твою мать,
Henry.
опять и репутация
I know you
проебана.
have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Как же много вставок здесь. Какая добрая женщина. Прямо-таки святая. Прям по-матерински на нас смотрит. Надо бы и отплатить добром за подобное. А у нас, видимо, заканчивается вступление. Я так понимаю. Ебать, ребят, вам бы помыться для начала. Сейчас снова вставки будут. Блин, я хочу играть. Дайте мне поиграть, пожалуйста.
I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine. And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed. And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord.
Сейчас они откроют каким-то оборванцем. Ага.
Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Пиздец. Вот это медленная реакция. Сука такая.
You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't.
Да.
I'm Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai.
Пиздец. Ой, блядь.
Now look here, you filthy beggar. I'm not here for your amusement. So get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send 2 vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away. Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days.
Вот это
And even if he
поворотец.
did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
Неудивительно.
Getting in, whether you like it or not. Your shitty hands off me! No, wait.
Да.
Wait, one moment!
Снова, короче, нам придется решать вопросики.
What the fuck was that? So now what? There's only one thing we can do.
Разъебать их? Ну, блин, а чё? Ребята выебывались. Ебать, а чё с замком там происходит? Чё за нахер с тенями?
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
Блядь, чел.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You tried to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? Oh, I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Ну, в первую очередь, да, переодеться и ополоснуться, и
First
письмо.
thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
То есть тебе не нравится все это говно, да?
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
I'm just as much to blame for their deaths as you. We're in this together.
At least we should give them a proper burial as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Bожеnes. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
То есть мы у нее будем отрабатывать это еще, да? Ой, бля.
What is it? That's that woman from the pond. Or the one you gave us away for?
I bear that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
Да чтоб тебя, я как свинья помойная какая-то.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Это, да.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests
Согласен,
here, go
блядь.
and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
I thought we
I
divided
heard
up
some
fairly.
talk about your captain.
Так, уже получше.
Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet.
Name names.
Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
It's not a bad idea.
Катерина,
Sorry to
давайте
bother you.
пообщаемся.
I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
We saw each other by that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle and I wasn't at any pond.
Угу. Окей, давайте промолчим.
Ah, you're...
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Please, I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much.
But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
Ой, бля.
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Давайте отрабатывать свой обед, собственно. Ну,
Why you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Always ready.
Glad to hear it. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you'll work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's where I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. Two men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a
выебываться
few
не
sacks
будем.
won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right.
Да, все
Glad to hear it.
честно, вообще
I can
вопросов
see
не
you
имею.
ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
From far away.
I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Troskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathhouse wench.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
Who is this Samin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Samin is the head of the family. And his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Его зовут Ольдрижих, а нас Индрижих, да? Ебать, вот это совпадение.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svatja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Я вот не знаю, возможно,
In Troskovitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
инфу можем
I'd be doing a
получить.
lot better if everyone paid their bills.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash.
Ебать, ты шутница.
Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
I've heard things all right.
Well then, be careful.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you, so you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
Понял.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Comes.
Так, судя по всему, кладовая это вот она. Чел, ты помогать будешь, нет?
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Bergov is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down, let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, from the local noble family, is getting married. He's marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Troski be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like Von Bergov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
Да, он в отказ пойдет, я
I
думаю.
can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar, as if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Ugh!
Бесишь.
Work, your lordship, is an activity that all us common folk have to do when we need money. And it wouldn't hurt you for once either.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields.
А ты к чему, блядь, относишься?
So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
Так, блядь. Вот, новые знания появились.
So, which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labor, it wouldn't be such an offense against divine order.
Пиздец, ты меня бесишь не меньше, чем в прошлой части.
In short, be so kind as to get to work.
Где, блядь? Потом... заебал. Пиздец.
Stop whining. You can manage. Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? By giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice.
Это же не панское дело, блядь.
About the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
Просто
I know,
ублюдок.
my dear Henry, such is my nature.
Так, сейчас секундочку буквально. Ага. Как же он меня, сука, бесит. Это здесь мешки? Ну, мы не дорвемся, я думаю. Так. Вторая дверь. Я не туда зашел, да? А, нет, вот. И на настил. Судя по всему, сюда. Тут крысы бегают, и ей, судя по всему, плевать. Вторая дверь справа. Чё-то как будто бы есть ощущение, как будто не туда кладу. Да. В общем, птачика я не хочу куда-либо с собой брать. Нахер этих помощников. Самому совсем разобраться лучше. Проще будет.
You're just a village yokel.
How dare you? I am the son of the bailiff.
Сейчас довыебывается и пиздится будет, да? И мне снова им помогать, блин. Спасать его панскую задницу.
What did you say? Say it again.
It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Troski. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smartass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
But calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now.
Ты когда заткнешься-то
invite me
уже?
to that wedding.
You want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein.
Бля.
You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Заткнись ты уже. Так.
There's no point in this. Let's leave.
I'd do what your pal says if I were you. Get lost before something happens to you.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me? Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Ты, блядь, потом на свадьбу не попадешь.
I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Блядь. Твою-то матерь.
Now you're gonna get it. That fella. He's the one.
Ай-яй-яй.
You're no match for us, fucker.
Стамину надо восстановить.
You shouldn't have fucked with us, fat vermin.
Oh, dumb
Стамина.
No one's ever Jetzt reicht es. You're dead, bastard.
А он против...
Scheiße. You won't get me. We're gonna gut you.
Хуярим его. Хуярим. Воу-воу-воу-воу-воу.
Why'd you do it? I'm all yours.
You had a chance.
Да сука. Вас слишком много.
You want to try me?
Ломай ему нахуй руку.
Hey, get him!
Take that, you unwashed...
Come on then! No, you don't.
Let him have it.
Сука.
All yours.
Let him have it.
Вы заебали.
Fuck you! Fucking hell! Show yourself!
Сейчас захуярит меня так. С тремя пиздиться что-то совсем не очень. Я ж, блядь, блочил. Сука. Отхуярили нас, да?
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Ты идиот! Ой, сука. Ну ты дебил.
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak? You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship. You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess. Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off.
Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Пиздец. Нас хоть
Who the
отпустят.
hell do you think you are? Well,
Заебал.
nothing to say for yourself? Just as well. It's your fault we're in this fucking pillory. This is a bad dream. You really are a simpleton. I don't understand how I could have failed to see it for so long. A stupid yokel who doesn't know the way of the world.
Пусть
Still got nothing to
выговаривается.
say. Not worth the fucking effort, am I? I can't believe I ever bothered with you. My so-called protector, adjutant? You're a waste of space. It was me who had to save your life. You couldn't even keep an eye on your fucking mutt.
That's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I haven't said anything because there's no point arguing. It won't do us any good. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realized it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I'll have to consider what to do next.
Пиздец. Сколько мы так простояли? А как вообще спать? Или, наверное, ну, спать не вышло бы, да?
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Да, блять. Тяжело, тяжело.
Isn't that? Otto.
Hey! Ogo!
Дебил, блять. Тебя даже не заметили, нахуй.
Oh shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight. What are we gonna do?
Мы?
Can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines.
Ему же живот
I'll look
вспороли.
after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Bergov at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Блять, слава богу. Правда, ты долго не проживешь таким выебонами.
If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
Да, мы наконец освободились от него. Это не может не радовать. Но пан Ганиш нам спасибо за такое говно не скажет, конечно. Так что придется все-таки. Преступление и репутация. Каждый ваш поступок имеет последствия. Если вы совершаете преступление, окружающий мир и его жители будут реагировать на них. Убивать невинных, красть, врываться в чужие дома, причинять вред людям или домашним животным и нарушать их покой. Последствия преступления. Сообщить о страже и самостоятельно полезть в драку. Сведения о своей репутации в карточке игрока в разделе «Репутация». Улучшить свою репутацию, выполняя задания. Ухудшить, совершая преступление. Люди рассказывают друг другу о том, как вы себя ведете, так что если вы кому-то поможете или навредите, об этом вскоре узнают и другие в округе. Улучшение репутации. Плохую репутацию всегда можно исправить, купив индульгенцию или совершив покаянное паломничество, в которое вас отправит священник. Если в округе происходит много преступлений, люди становятся бдительнее, вооружаются, а стражники посылают за подкреплениями. Когда обстановка нормализуется, все вернется на круги своя. Интересно.
Hey, over here. You don't look like you're in a rush anywhere.
Так, давайте поболтаем с ней уже в следующей серии. А пока я хотел вас попросить поставить лайк, оставить комментарий и подписаться на канал. Ссылочки, как всегда, в описании. В частности, подписывайтесь на мой телеграм-канал. Там я выкладываю анонсы стримов на твиче и рецензии на различные просмотренные анимешки. Ну, а для зрителей ютуба сообщаю, что у меня есть каналы на рутубе и ВК-видео, ВК-сообществе. И что ж, всем спасибо, всем пока.